Hi everyone, Siavash here from ClinicSync Pro, and in this video, I'm going to talk about our webhooks and how you can use our APIs and webhooks to basically get the sync updates in whatever platform you like. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to showcase a couple of different platforms that you can use for webhooks. So, this one is an example webhook.site that just gives you a simple webhook. I'm going to show you how you can actually use it inside GHL as well, because this can be some sort of use case if you are using GHL, but you also want to push the data from GHL to other places as well. So GHL allows you to have a webhook and listen to that webhook. And lastly, I'm going to show you how you can use it inside something like Zapier. So basically, if you're familiar with Zapier, you can replicate that in any other platform like Pabbly, Make, N88, any other platform. Okay, so let's start. So depending on if you've added a new connection as a GHL or Access API native, you're gonna have a connection name in here, and then we got these three dots in here. So if you click on that, for this connection, as you can see, I have already enabled API and webhooks. However, if you haven't, when you click on these three dots, you will see enable API access. So you can just click on that, and what's going to happen is basically you will see a pop-up coming from here. It says API access enabled. And then when you click on it, it will allow you to manage API and webhooks. We're going to use this demo account as an example. So I'm just going to click on these three dots and look at the manage API and webhooks. So when this comes up, in this case, because we're just using the webhooks to grab the syncs information, which means patient data and also patient appointment information. What we're going to do, we're going to register a webhook. So I'm going to start with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and register this webhook. So I'm just going to copy this. So copy to clipboard. I'm going to come here and I'm just going to paste it in here. And I'm just going to click on add. As you can see, you can have multiple webhooks. So because I'm not going to waste your time doing multiple things for this to get clicked up. So I'm going to register this one. Then I'm going to go to GHL and I'm going to click on this and I'm going to type in webhook. You want to choose the inbound webhook, which is the premium action. Click on that. It will give you a URL. Copy that URL. I'm adding it here as well. It's not going to allow you to save unless it receive a sample. Okay, so we're going to keep it open like this. And now let's go ahead and do the Zapier one as well. So let's say we want to catch a webhook. We're going to say continue. And then basically we're just gonna, let's see, it's gonna give us a trigger. There we go. So you go back and you're gonna have the link in here. We're gonna copy that and we're gonna paste it in here and we're going to add it in here. Now, for those of you that probably right now saying Zapier is not HIPAA compliant, yes, I understand this is just a demo account and I'm just showing you how you can use your own platforms or other platforms. Like, for example, if you're using Zoho or HubSpot, they have their own webhook functionality as well, which is going to work exactly like this, okay? So now we have all these three ones. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to initiate a sync for this account and we're going to come back and have a look at these platforms are going to work. So I'm just going to pause it quickly and I'm going to be back in a sec. All right, as you can see, the information are coming up in here. It's going to load up. So these are the information coming in here as we pushing patient. Now, if you look at this webhook here as well, you can see that the requests are coming in. So I'm just going to click on one of them. And then if you're coming on Zapier and if we click on test the trigger, we should see some data coming in. This is the first one. Now let's talk about some of the data and how you can actually use this, okay? So first of all, when you look at this, there's a ton of data. And those of you that are using this natively in GHL, we push pretty much most of this data in. The only difference is when you use the webhook like this, what's going to happen is we are basically pushing all the appointments in an appointment object for that patient. So I don't know, some of you might need this, and we had requests for people that they want to have all the appointments as an object. Obviously, we won't be able to do that natively in GHL, so that's why we added in our webhooks. So basically, if you look at the webhooks in your GHL or anything else, you'll see that all the information is there. So you see the first name, last name, all the contact information. And then when you go we also separate the last appointment for you, so you know the last appointment. If they have an upcoming appointment, we separate that as well. And then all the way down at the bottom, you will have this big appointments object that basically has all their appointments with start dates and time and stuff. So you can basically use this to do any type of automation that you like and mapping them. So basically, when you save the trigger in this scenario, you can map it. Similarly, it is in Zapier, you can map those to specific fields in other platform and send it over. Now, coming back to this side of the page, if I click on close, if you go to the documentation, and then on the left-hand side, if you, for example, let's say in this case, we're doing Jane, click on Jane API. So these are the endpoints for appointment booking. So this is not what we are talking about in here. The appointment booking is something completely different. If you scroll down, this is what we were just talking about, webhook payload for patient updates. And we have this example in here. So if you click on this, it will actually show you an example of what data you are getting. And this is in a JSON blob object format that you can basically have a look at. You can see there is a ton of data that we're sending back. So this is how you use the API, and you don't need to do anything else once you register your webhook the way that we showed you. So basically, once in your dashboard, you go ahead and enable the API, and you click on manage, and you register your webhook. That's all you need. We will send data every time that we do the fetch, which can be anywhere between 5 to 30, 40 minutes. So the data keeps coming in, and you just basically do whatever you like with that data. So this was for Jane. For other platforms that we have, works exactly the same. You enable the API and webhooks, and you register your webhooks in here, and that's it. We are sending back the information for you. That's about it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.